get ready for an in-depth scientific microscopic review of a Harley Benton acoustic guitar. Inside out, you're going to see everything there is to see about that guitar. So, there's an old Chinese proverb that says, it doesn't matter what kind of guitar you have if you have no planet left to play it on. So how is that relevant? Well, too many cheap guitars are flooding the market. So for every guitar they make, they need to cut a couple of trees. And those guitars don't even last, so they need to cut more trees to make more cheap guitars. When does it all stop? So, you are now watching Guitar Quackery, where we do, well, sometimes we do guitar reviews, but we do it a little bit differently. So, here it is. This Harley Benton guitar is, well, it's brand new, right? It still has a tag. It looks really good. The customer is returning it. Okay, so let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, we'll start with the good. So here, as you can see, I placed a capo so that the strings are touching the second fret. We want to measure the gap between the first fret and the bottom of the string. Okay, so generally we want the string slots to be really low so that we don't stretch the string to fret it in first position, because that messes with intonation, makes it hard to play, etc. Right? So here we see how much the string moves. So now this is resting on the string, and I push it down, and you can see this is 4/100ths of a millimeter. Okay, if we get it down to 2/100ths, we're really lucky. Okay, so this is a little more, which is fine. I measure 6/100ths. This is more like 4.5. 4. This one's a little bit higher. It's all really playable. Okay. Now, we want to know if the nut has been carved correctly. So let me focus here. Now we're looking at the string. We'll remove the capo. We're looking at the string. So the string shouldn't be moving at the front end. So yeah, okay. Let's take the string off so that we see how it's been slotted. Okay. Now we focus on the bottom of the string slot. As you can see, we have a little bit of a string. The string left an impression here at the back end. We really don't want to see that. We only want to see an impression at the front end. Now, this is chipping off a little bit. Okay, this tends to happen with bone. I think this is a bone nut. And yeah, so let me show you. If I file down the back end of the nut, we want to remove a little bit of material at the back end. Now it's also a little too high, so I might as well do the entire bottom of the string slot. And I'm putting a curve to it. So now, when we place our string back, it'll be seated better. So we only want it to touch the front end, not the back end. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, so now if we look at the other string slots, I'm not going to, the nut is good, all right? It could be perfected, but it's good. Let's remove this one, the A string. Okay, we're gonna see the same issue. There's a little bit of a impression that the string left at the back end, okay? And we see the same chipping here. You see this on bone nuts, okay? That's how it is. Okay, now, the fretboard is good, all right? The fretboard is good. I went over all the frets with a fret rocker, and I did not encounter any major rocking. Just on a couple of frets, nothing to really, oh here. Nothing to really complain about. Here again. This happens even on more expensive guitars. Okay, this one is under $400. Okay, here, that's too high, okay? That, I would say, is bad. Okay, so we've seen the good, we've seen the bad. But this customer is returning the guitar. So now I want to show you the ugly. Here, the bridge. If we look at the bridge, we see, so these pins are, well, they're coming out. These 3 pins on the bass side, maybe this one a little bit. Here they're tilted a little bit, not so much, but this one is the worst. And that's the reason why the customer is returning this guitar. So what can we say about this? Well, first thing is the design of the bridge. Okay, it has this recessed area here. That's not good. So that makes this material thinner, which means the pin hole through the bridge is shorter, which gives the pin less of an area to lean against through the bridge itself. Okay, I've also noticed some cracks on the actual bridge, which will be more visible once I remove the pins. So why don't I remove the string? I'm going to need a tool. Okay, remove the pin. Okay, and let's have a closer look at this. I should probably remove this one too, but I need to loosen the string. So I don't like the way this bridge was made. Okay, I don't like it. And that's because, well, in addition to this recessed area, there is, shut up. There's a recessed part inside of the pinholes. Okay. So here we see a crack between the pinholes, and we see a recessed area inside of the pinholes. Although I've seen countersunk holes where there's a little bit of a countersinking, I've never seen a recessed area like this. What I meant to say was that we don't usually see a recessed area quite as deep as on this bridge, especially because this bridge already has a recessed area behind the saddle, that the entire surface where the bridge pins are. And then you have further recessed areas inside of the actual pinholes. So you have very little height of the bridge left for the pins to lean against, right? That makes sense? Oh, sorry. Guitar quackery. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show it now. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, and please make sure you subscribe. Thank you, bye. So this a viewer reminded me that I said we're gonna see the guitar inside out. So now let's look at the inside. We see the connection to the transducer, to the pickup. Let's remove these pins and the string. Here we see the other end of the transducer, so it's wrapped around. The braces are good, but there are some gaps between the braces where they meet. All right, you know, it's an inexpensive guitar. Have a side view. This is what it looks like. I don't see any gaps between the braces and the soundboard. This we can check with a feeler gauge. The brace here. No gaps. The bridge plate is glued on solid as well. I don't feel there's a gap. Alright. No gap on the front end either. I don't think so. Where are we? I'm doing this by feel. Okay, so I won't be spending too much time here. This is in fact, you know, a solid guitar for the money. The only issue I was having, well, the major issue, are these recessed holes. That's really not a good design. So now, as you can see now very well, inside of these holes, there's only a little bit of bridge profile left to, you know, for the pins to press against. And this is why the bridge pins, some of them, are being pulled out and leaning in that direction. Let's look at the transducer. It's one of those fat guys. Yeah, this is how it is. So, it is a good guitar. I wish the design of the bridge was different, but it isn't. It is what it is. Everything else is good. This is really nice, you know, for the price. A lot of value. This works. We don't need to worry about it. And yeah, there you have it. The Harley Benton. What is it called? Let's have a look. It is called the CLC-650SM-CE BK solid wood custom line. I really don't know how they come up with these names, but that's the model name of the guitar. Okay. So, is it a good guitar or is it not a good guitar? Well, it's a mixed bag. But, you know, the old Chinese proverb, a chain is just as strong as its weakest link. So, it's got a good nut. Most of the frets are good. One fret was not good. But the bridge, in other words, the heart of the guitar, is junk. So, I believe that that bridge is not going to last a lifetime, for sure. Because the bridge pins are going to keep damaging the holes because the holes don't have enough support. So, okay. Now, what about how it plays? So, We're going to look at the intonation. It's very good. Here's the E string in tune and now fretted on the 12th fret. B. Okay. Now here there's a little string binding. So the string is trapped inside of the string slot here. So when I turn, it takes a little bit of a turn, extra turn for the string to respond. Okay, so this can be fixed easily. I know, no big deal here. So here we have a D, D on the 12th fret, okay. Very good intonation. On the 5th fret, if I press the 5th, oh, here I'm going to do the 4th fret on the G string. Very good, right? 7th fret. So that is very good. It plays well. Yeah, I would put the Dario XS coated strings on to reduce this noise a little bit. I did play bar chords just to hear how the chords harmonize when we play bar chords, because the intonation is actually really good. Yeah, it is a good guitar. I would definitely redesign the bridge. So that's an area of improvement that HB should consider on this model. Yeah, I think you heard some fret buzz when I was playing. Honestly, I think that was just me, because I think you figured out by now I'm not really a very good guitar player. And I was playing bar chords, and yeah, I haven't played guitar in ages. So, not really played, right? So, yeah, too bad for that bridge. Yeah, so I'm not against cheap guitars, but I am against disposable guitars, right? I think there should be a certain price, because then people are more likely to keep them and take care of them. Although, I don't really know. Nobody humidifies guitars. That's why we have so much work at a repair shop. Yeah, not nobody. Most people don't, right? But you do. I think so, because you obviously are watching Guitar Quackery, so you are informed. And speaking of watching Guitar Quackery, make sure others watch Guitar Quackery. So click that share button, click the like button. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, do that, please. And yeah, you can support this work downstairs. You can click buy me a coffee. You can buy some Guitar Quackery merch. What else? Yeah, I'll see you soon.